tomorrow I will drop episode 6. Don't know when I'm going to release it, whether it's going to be same day or Monday. I'm also going to talk about Ant-Man Quantum Mania. So let me just do episode 5 right now, which this is what it is. Tomorrow's another day. Okay. Game wise, pretty damn close. Actually, it's pretty much close. With for Henry and Sam, dead on. I liked it. Uh, it's still one of those things you're like, damn, did that like we know like for those that know the game, we're like, damn, we know it's gonna happen, but when you see it in live action, like you almost kind of feel like you want something else. So it had to happen. I feel bad. Uh, those two great actors. Um, in a weird way. So I questioned a couple of my friends, and I was like, wait, in the game, he wasn't deaf, was he? Well, not deaf, but mute, like he couldn't speak. Well, I guess deaf. I mean, that would be deaf. My bad. So, not offend anyone that is deaf or mute. My bad. But I was like, but I kind of liked it. It was a good little small nuance. I enjoyed it. The other thing is, all right. So from episode 4, can't think of the actress' name at the moment. The leader of that camp. I thought she was a dick. I was like, not that I hated her as an actress. At that moment, I was like, I fucking hate you. I was like, you wasn't even in the game. I really hate you. But I liked episode 5's a little bit more of her. And okay, now I did have a thing with me and my friends. We talked about, I was like, why would you kill the doctor when at that moment in episode 4 you needed a doctor when you killed the doctor? Made no sense. Well, I mean, like, if you survive, I was like, why would you kill a doctor? So that was my my little bit of like, that made no sense. Why would you kill the only? There was no other doctor because it was like, do we need a doctor? No one else raised their hands in episode 4. So it was a fun, and they did the flashback. It's like, you killed the doctor. Why? Why did you kill the doctor? That makes no sense. You need a doctor. Whether you hate him or like him, you just keep the doctor. Um, Overall, very close to the game. There might be little small things, which is fine. I mean, you're trying to portray a video game. So far, this is what I think personally. From episode 1 to episode 5, it's been going like this. Now, episode 3 had nothing to do with the game, but that was a beautiful nuance of just understanding them. Understanding, like, all right, Frank, we don't know about. We just know he died, blah, blah, blah. But just knowing Bill and Frank's thing, like that, as much of a small one off, maybe you might have a couple of one offs. That's perfectly fine. The thing is, for when names are mentioned, and if they're unique in the building of the video game, even though they weren't in there, but just to build on them to understand where one other character is, that's perfect. That's good storytelling. That's what I like. That's what I enjoy. That's what makes me like, tomorrow I'm like, shit, I got 6 more days to wait to watch this again. So I think that's a way to tell a story. And I think, and me personally, for video game adaptations, I think comic book adaptation should do this. Um, I think there's a third one. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I think that's the way you do it. Now, a movie's good for like big epic stuff. Fine. I think to flush out story or get it up to like, okay, I can do a movie. Now, I'm looking at it as a person that reads comic books, loves comic books, anime, whatever. I think to build up to a story to a movie is break it down. Do it in a television wise, then give us the movie. That's how I feel. Right now, I liked that Last of Us is like, oh, let's just make a movie. No. Break down the story. It doesn't matter. Uh Obviously the creator of the game and his producer or director or whatever it is, they did it right. That's how you do it. Break it down so that for people that don't play video games can get into it and hate and like characters the way they want. That's how you tell a story. I mean, it's almost like reading a comic book. Like you read a comic book, no matter which it is, you'll hate somebody and like someone else. Sometimes it could be a smaller character. Sometimes it's a non-character. That's how you tell a story. I mean, that's what I think. You guys get to tell me and let me know like if I was correct or not correct. And you pick a story that like, oh, this went this way, that way. That's fine. So I'll say for episode 5, really good. Was close to it was very close to the game. I love what they did with the bloaters. Um, the guys that I talk with what we do, not just my stuff and their stuff. It's just like we just like we watch movies. Don't talk about stuff. So I will say this. This is not a spoiler. It's not coming out. It's not a spoiler. I'm like I do want to see the Rat King in second season. Probably won't happen, but it would be the most craziest way to explain that if it did come in. Right now, we got clickers, runners, whatever, and bloaters. There's two other forms that, I mean, well, I think there's two other forms, but I think the main one is the Rat King. I'm just speculating. I'm not saying it is. I haven't heard. It would be interesting if they did do it. Like I said, I love the bloater in this last episode. I loved it. The Rat King would be really weird. It'd be hard to explain, but yet easy to explain. But it'd still be weird. Um, so this is my episode 5 rundown. Um, the Sunday for episode 6. I'll give you, I will, I'm going to do the rundown and I will talk about Ant-Man because it came out within this week time frame and I was able to watch it. Um, I'm going to be very critical even of Ant-Man. Even though I'm both a big fan of DC and Marvel. Just for right now, I will let people that follow me that watch, read, or just interested is knowing is I'm still critical of Marvel because my perception of how I would see it falls into a lot of other categories of movies that did it right, which would be Sin City, would be The Watchmen, did it correct. There's maybe one other that I could think of, but I can't bring up the name. But Watchmen, Sin City are the ones that was page for page. Um, if you guys want me to talk about trailers that I do get to watch before you guys do, and you kind of want to explain to it that it's close to my basis, I'll do it. Just like I said, hit me up, send me a text on or either on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You posted, you hit me the question. Um, Also, I want to put out too for you if you want me to do like kind of like a Q and A, like kind of like you throw out what you think about whatever. I'll post it of for the week of what you think if you want to just Q and A, or we could just have a hams of like you tell me what your ideas of things that you want to see, and then if I do know it, I'm not saying I know everything. I'm saying if I do know it, that I could give you either one to help push your idea of what you would want, or solidify the idea of like what these companies are doing or the movie companies are doing to project it. So I'm gonna leave it with this. The Dark One's out. Wait for tomorrow. I can't wait. What we got? We're at 11. It's a lot of hours to wait for 6. I love watching certain shows that are like this. That makes me get really happy. That I was like, oh, I can't wait till this day comes so I can watch it. It's better than binge watching. This is like, no, I want to sit there and see what they do every day because of how creative these people are and see what they do. So I'm gonna leave it with this. The Dark One's out. This is episode 5. 6 tomorrow, and Ant-Man Quantumania will come out either tomorrow or Sunday. So I'm gonna let you guys know this. So you guys enjoy the rest of your President's Day weekend. I will hit you back up. Talk to you later. Have a good one.